I went to the store again yesterday to get some more food, and in my area, there's certain stores that from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., uh, senior citizens like myself can go before the rush of the other people go in. And so I get up at 7 and well, I don't get up at 7. I get up earlier and then I'm at the store at 7 and do my shopping. I like that because there's very few people uh, in the store. Of course, everybody that's in the store is wearing their mask, which is good. And so anyway, I was going down the can aisle. I'll put it another way. I'm going down an aisle that has canned foods, and I was looking at some whole kernel corn that were in cans, and there was a woman that wasn't too far away from me that was doing some putting things on shelves. That worked in the store, and so there was different prices on cans. Libby's is one of the most uh, popular uh, companies that sell canned foods. So they had like different labels, Libby's, and they had their own store label, and which was cheaper than the main label brands. And so I asked the woman a simple question. I said, "Do you have any idea what this tastes like over brand names like Libby and stuff?" And I know it's cheaper. Do you have any idea if it tastes as good or not? And this is what she said: "I don't know. I don't eat canned foods." And I thought to myself, what a big. And but I thought to myself, well, I don't eat canned foods either. But I don't eat canned foods either. The only reason I'm getting canned foods is for storage. You know, I don't eat canned foods, but I'll buy canned foods to put in a storage in case there is a run on food and there is no more food in the stores. I'll be grateful for every canned food I have. And the other good thing about canned foods is that they last for years. And so for her to say, I don't know, I don't eat canned foods, like she was so much more special than I was, because I was even contemplating eating canned foods or buying canned foods. But, I don't know why people stores hire people like this. I mean, they're just, and what she could have said, and what she, should have said is, oh, I really don't know. I know that it's a popular brand, even though it's a store brand, and there's lots of people that buy it. I haven't heard any complaints about it, but I think that, either one of those would be fine. Something like that, something that's decent, you can say something nice, but to have such a chip on her shoulder, to say something so asinine, I don't know, I don't eat canned foods. Well, goody for you. Aren't you special? Aren't you the special one? May I please kiss your feet? If she was good looking, I might ask her if I can kiss her feet. But she wasn't. She wasn't good looking either. If she was good looking, she has a right to talk to, customers like crap. If She can talk all day long to me like that. If she's good looking, I'll put up with it. Gladly. Anyway, I see once in a while people going by in their cars with their masks on. I don't mean Halloween masks. I mean with a mask on, a COVID-19 mask in their car. They're not and they're alone. So they're going down the street in their car wearing their mask. These people are either nuts or they don't fully understand what the purpose of a mask is. The purpose of a mask, boys and girls, is so you won't be able to spread the virus in case you have it, that you won't take a chance of spreading it to somebody else through sneezing and through coughing and have the particulates go out into the air and go into somebody else, you know? So it's to prevent you passing on the virus to somebody else. It's not preventing you catching it, although it probably helps if somebody's not wearing a mask and they sneeze or whatever. The mask probably helps you a bit. But the purpose of wearing a mask is to protect someone else from catching, you know, your germs if you have the virus. So to wear a mask in your car or wear a mask walking down the street and where there's no people, not hardly anybody else walking down the sidewalk or the street, are you people nuts? I don't know. I don't get it. You know, the virus thing. I think the government is either doing one of two things. We know they're padding the numbers of coronavirus deaths. that's was suspected, and now it's confirmed that the hospitals, they're not, you know, if they think they might have died of coronavirus, then put that on the death certificate, you know? Somebody comes in for pneumonia or whatever, and they die, put coronavirus on the death certificate, because they might have died of pneumonia, but they might have also died of coronavirus. So let's put coronavirus, COVID-19, baby. So they're padding the numbers of deaths. So they're either padding the numbers of deaths, which we know they are, or let's put it this way. It's either much worse than the government's telling us it is, because they don't want to scare the crap out of us, or they're padding the figures to scare us so they can control us, so they can tell us to do things. You're not allowed to walk your dog on the beach, even though there's no one there. You know? You're not allowed to do this. You know, they're controlling us. And I don't know. I don't think people are going to put up with it much longer. And I'm glad that there's certain areas of our country and other countries that are starting to reopen different businesses, like barber shops or restaurants, churches. They're going to start opening churches this weekend, and they'll have to practice the distancing and mask and different things, but at least you're starting to reopen different things, which is good. But I really think it's important especially if we have a second wave this fall and this winter, that we stock up on foods. You don't have to hoard food. I'm sure there's a lot of people hoarding toilet tissues. We know that they're hoarding it. But I think it's really important that you get enough food for yourself and for your family in case you have to be locked up or in case there isn't any food for 6 months. I think everybody needs to do that. And I think that people, if they can, they should get a gun. I know that sounds terrible, I guess. But I think that if really bad times come, people are going to start breaking into people's homes, taking things, taking their foods, taking their valuables, and it would be nice to have a weapon that would be that you'd be able to protect your family, because there might be a chance that they'll not only take what you have, they might decide to rape one of your kids or kill you anyway. I mean, I don't want to sound gruesome, but there are people out there like that. And I think it's important that you have a weapon to protect yourself. Something, even if it's a loud siren. If it's some kind of a siren thing you can wear on your belt or have in your purse or whatever, that you can activate if someone's coming up to you, or so neighbors can hear the siren go off and they'll be alerted to there's a problem or whatever. I think it's really important. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust. I'm not talking about your neighbors. I'm talking about the psycho on the street. I live on a street where it's quite busy. A lot of cars going by. There's a lot of weirdos walking by at night. And, I'm a prime candidate for this type of thing. And, anyway, I just think it's important to get food. If you take pills, prescriptions, to have enough on hand that you can get by in an emergency situation where you can't get to the store or the stores are closed or whatever, that you'll at least have the medications that you need. Stock up on aspirin, Tylenol. Just get things like toothpaste or shampoo, vitamin C, multivitamins, things like that. Just things like that. Powdered milk, powdered flakes for potatoes. Just things like that. Just kind of plan ahead, because I don't think this is the worst that we're going to see things. I think it's going to get worse, and if this is the worst of it, don't be surprised if something happens like this a couple years down the road, and it might be even worse. So stock up on your canned foods. And stock up on your love that you have for your family, that that you can share to your loved ones. Tell them every day you talk to them, every time you talk to them, tell them that you love them. Because it might, who knows how long anybody's going to live. I don't mean from the coronavirus problem. I mean just life in general. Someone could die of anything. I've had friends that I've talked to one day, and the next day or overnight they died. So tell them you love them. Tell the people that you love, your family, your friends, tell them that you love them. Everybody likes to hear that they're loved and that they're cared about. Doesn't take long. Doesn't take long to say, I love you. I appreciate you being my friend. Thank you for being such a good sister. Thank you for being such a good brother. Thanks for being such a good mom, such a good father. How long does that take? It doesn't take any length of time at all. Quit thinking about yourself and start thinking about your loved ones. And if you don't think about your loved ones, start thinking about this guy. Really, I need your love. I admit I have a lot of love. I can always use more. Especially from you young women out there. that are lonely, that might not particularly like their boyfriend or whatever. How about giving this guy a chance, huh? Come on, get serious. My only dream in life is to be nice to you, the underdog. Anyway, and take this opportunity also to love God, to think about the blessings that you have, and go over your life and think about the things that's happened to you in your life. Times that you wonder, why did that happen? What did I learn from that experience? How did I get through that experience? And am I glad, even though it was hard, that I had that experience? And then maybe you can realize why you had that experience and why that experience was important for you to have and for you to go through. And that God helped you go through it. Use this time, this quiet time, this extra time that you have on your hands, that you're alone, to pray and to thank God for the blessings that you have, and to ask Him to be with you and help you, to bless your loved ones. Just read the Bible. Read the Bible and see if you get something out of it. And I guarantee that you will. If you don't get something out of it, then I think you might be a mannequin and might not be real, or you're so evil that it doesn't mean anything to you. Don't think, I've got to go out and feed my cat, so I'll keep this short. Don't think for a minute that you've sinned so much that you can't be forgiven, because you can be forgiven. And you thinking that way is an insult to Christ, because He died and He sacrificed Himself for you so that you can be forgiven. You can have a life that you can live after death. Just think about things. Just think about things. Do you think this life is just by chance? Do you think that everything is just by chance? All you have to do is look around, boys and girls. Look around at nature. Look around at animals. Look around at human beings. Do you think that's a coincidence that we're 93 million miles away from the sun? If you were any closer, we'd fry. If we were any further away, we'd freeze to death. Think it's a coincidence we have gravity? Think, boys and girls, and after you're through giving your family all the love, your friends all the love, and God all your love, make sure there's enough left over for this guy.